Today we're joined by David Light, the co-founder of IconByDesign, an Australian design, Scandi-inspired mid-century furniture company that's been making waves internationally. David, thank you for joining us. Good to see you.
Thank you, and appreciate being here.
You started in 2015.
Yes.
It's a business you operate with your son, Adam. What inspired you to start the business?
I've got a substantial background in manufacturing, logistics, technology, and it turns out our family has been in furniture, it's now 5 generations. My father had a furniture factory. In fact, as a kid, I used to go there, made speaker stands, go-karts, skateboards, all sorts of things, chessboards, and learned the whole manufacturing process and what's involved in that. My father's father was a carpenter, his grandfather was a joiner, and now my son and I decided, let's focus on something in a category we know and understand. So we identified a range of products that he could deploy in his existing business in the homeware category, a range of dining tables and chairs, to a design criteria that we felt the market required. And there was an immediate and highly positive response.
Gee, I love those sorts of stories because 5 generations in the same sort of industry, kids almost pick up the business by osmosis.
Yeah, there's 2 sides to that. That is one side, and certainly that was my experience, but kids often are very independent. And when you try to teach them things, often they've got their own mind to it.
How do you keep the father-son relationship intact while being business partners at the same time? Do you set yourself certain rules?
We try to, and we've discovered the way to make that work is clarity of roles and a peer relationship in consensus decision-making. But it is challenging because certain things that, as a father, you're saying you'd expect a certain response, you may not get that. In fact, my daughter's now joined the business, so I've got this unique opportunity of every day working with my family.
How special is that?
It's very special.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So you were saying the new designs were an instant success on Adam's old homeware business.
Yes.
Why do you think? Was it the style?
We did 2 things. It was a Scandi style, which is a style, as I say, I understand. And we went for the concept of authenticity. Authenticity of materials, authenticity of how it's manufactured, artisan-style manufacturing, small batch lots. And so we managed to bring to market a range of products that our competitors were typically about double our price. We were able to manufacture offshore to a very tight specification and quality standards and bring it to market at an attractive price point. And Scandinavian really, it was the right time to bring it to market.
But you didn't only bring it to market in Australia, you almost immediately took it to the United States as well. That's a gutsy move. Why?
We sort of thought globally, right? Should we go into Asia? Asia, every country is different languages, different culture, it's very different. You have to go into each country one by one and overcome those challenges one by one. Europe, you sort of coast to Newcastle, didn't make too much sense. We actually considered China, but China, you either got to compete at the top end with a very strong brand, so you better know your brand and understand it, or bottom end volume, and that isn't our place.
Yep.
And then America emerged in the equation. And it turns out America, on one hand, is homogenous. It's an English-speaking language, there's a consistency. In practice, there's a lot of difference there, state by state, but you can operate in a homogenous way. And so we came to the conclusion we could do it. So do we open up the next door in Brisbane, which we still are planning to do, or do we go into the big smoke? And as entrepreneurs, we took a view on this and said, we think that's the place we should go.
When you look back over the journey of this business, what's the most pivotal moment for you in terms of its success?
The decision to start a family business with my son and subsequently my daughter joining has been phenomenal. As a father, it's quite a unique position to be in, and that's allowed us as a business to embrace cultural values, family cultural values, into the business.
Wow. There's some great lessons there. David, thanks for sharing them for us. Really appreciate it.
Okay,
Good to see you.
And thanks for having me.